weird mid-game tempo. For the side of the cut, it's a little bit more straightforward. You hit level 6 in your sports, you're looking hunting with MTD on the quap. So I would say when it comes down to getting early momentum, I would favor the cut, and they can capitalize on that early momentum pretty well. The lanes are pretty solid as well. So that is one thing you can rely on, at the very least. I think for the side of Ravens, there's a little bit of a stall that you have to do for Argus. And it's a Naga. It will always need some time to build up. And you will need to just slow it down for that here. Whereas I feel like something like the Sven, once you hit, say, your initial Mask of Madness disassembly into your Echo Saber BKB, the Sven can be a pretty big issue to handle early on. So yeah. I think the timings for the cut is just a little bit nicer in that sense.
Okay. Sounds like you just want infinite tiebreakers, John. Bias caster as always.
You never know.
You never know.
You know, we did curse Div 1 last time. We did the first round and the lyrical treacherous took all day. So, you know, could happen here as well. We could curse it and it just never ends.
Absolutely. 2 for 2 trade in the bounty rune. We'll start with the mid lane, of course. You're going to have RRL there on the Void Spirit, and he'll be up against MTD on the mid Queen of Pain. Speaking of our Finnish prodigy, Mr. MTD, of course, T-Panda couldn't help but message me before this game started, Jonathan. He said, I'll be so effing happy if MTD qualified to Division 1, which is, I couldn't believe he swore at me, John. That was terrible. Disgusting behavior from T-Panda, but, well, there you go. Shout out to him. You'd be very happy if MTD managed to get to Div 1.
Man, his lane matchup should work out in his favor. We'll want to make note. Mike, you're Australian. You don't get to say anything about cussing, all right? Not even as a joke. That doesn't work. You're Australian. It's in your blood.
When's the last time you heard me cuss, Jonathan?
Multiple times. Yesterday. In a DM, you were ranting to me about your life, Mike. There are multiple curses in there right there. So, you know, watch what you say, Mr. Mikey. Watch what you say, because I've got the ammo to back myself up here. Got it all loaded up. So we have a loaded up lane to watch as well. And MTD should have a pretty smooth time on mid. The bot lane should be a little bit more back and forth here. Level 3 is the big spike for Ade on that Broodmother and B-God on that Sky. They are up against Argus on the Naga and Kara on the Techies. And once you hit level 3, we've seen this before. I believe it's this exact same lane of Sky plus Broodmother. The bolus slow plus a concussive shot. You can't just run down. And Kara's doing a good job of just harassing out with his right clicks. It's a little bit less comfy, but Ade can at least reach in back up. B-God maybe more of that awkward position where you just can't. You're a Skyrat mage. You have 0 armor. You'll never win any right click trades. So that is something the techies can leverage, and they are making it uncomfy for B-God at very least.
Yeah, it's one of the matchups I really enjoy playing as a +5 techies is against the position 4 Skywrath, purely based off the fact that he has 0 base armor. He's just taking maximum damage from a billion range away. And, it's just not very fun if you're the Skywrath, let me tell you. John is, even Ade's having a pretty rough time with how much Kara's doing here on the techies. This is just level 1. Does have the blast off, so you've got to be a little bit wary, because if he catches you out with that blast off into a sticky bomb and a blood grenade, you might just be as good as dead. Argus doesn't want to go forward quite yet, but with the creep wave now here, they might try for Ade if he does get out of position.
Yeah, shouldn't be too hard of a kill. Level 3 still a quarter of EXP points away, and you should be pretty fine. Even if you don't find kills, Argus is very happy in a farming lane. We can contrast that up top, a little bit more aggression and a bit of a chase down. Empyrean on that Disruptor with Scourge McDuck on the Sven, up against Italiano on the Beastmaster, and Wake Me Up on the Clinks. They all want those Lotuses, man.
They're worthy of being kind of prioritized, I'd say, especially for Italiano. Like, you love the mana that it restores here when you're spamming Wild Axes. And as you can see, the cut are not having the best start to this game, like in terms of the top lane either. The Sven does not enjoy all the magical damage that's been provided through these Wild Axes. And for Empyrean on the Disruptor, there's not really too much he can do against this lane duo either. Like, the Clinks is just so annoying to play against the position 5 Disruptor. And even the Beastmaster axes are constantly hitting him as well. So not the most fun of times quite yet for the cut of the top lane, at least. Not yet.
Yeah, I'd say all the lanes for the cut are going a little bit slower Only the mid lane is kind of coming out here for MTD, but even then, it's not a curb stomping that you'd expect from the co-op. RRL is still keeping up in terms of net worth and in terms of CS. Did have to go for this dissimulate early, so he does want some dodge plays to come out, but still working that lane just fine for the Void Spirit, considering it's not a favorable matchup. I think this is a pretty decent start for RRL. Have yet to see First Blood. Sure, that should line up as the levels come in.
Bottom.
Ade.
A lot of damage being done onto Ade. Blastoff was cancelled by the Ancient Seal. So no follow-up here from Kara to secure the kill onto Ade, but he's still got it. B-God now the one in danger. They could both be going down if the Blastoff connects on two. It'll only go on to B-God. Ade will wait. B-God is going to drop. Argus, though, going to find himself in trouble, but the slows are there. Ade, they're just manning up against the Brood. No need to even back off. I thought Argus would try to kite out a little bit, but he just said, screw it. I've got this. I know I've got the damage.
Yeah, he has a decent amount of illusions. He's got the Riptide. Broodmother, and at level 3 can feel decent, but you do go for the 1-1-1, so your Bola is still stuck at level 1. You're not going to be able to chase down the mischance. Not the best there as well. So not the best of times for the cut. 2 kills going away of Ravens for free. Really good time coming out for Argus. With a level advantage, he just goes to net Ade, takes down half his HP, and just kind of gets himself on a nice lane. Can just keep farming up here, regardless of whether or not his techies is even around to help him. Did get some movement out from B-God to try to help out with the water runes at the very least, but already Ravens showing us great understanding as to what they have to do here. Right, like Italiano is the one who mentioned that they were eyeing the Broodmother as a top pick. They allow it through, and so far the solution in the Naga with the techies up against this Skyrat Mage, it's been pretty damn good.
Mid lane, MTD. Bit of a chase down. Kara gonna land the blast off. MTD! He's got no points in Blink. Empyrean, in the meantime, he was there to try and secure the power room, but it looks like he is set to fall. One charges are up. He's barely gonna make it. 37 HP is what he walks away on. But MTD, that's a much bigger kill than John. I mean, no points in the Blink make enough sense against the Void Spirit in the 1v1 matchup, but at the 6-minute mark for those power runes, it does hurt quite a lot.
And the rotations will always come in. And those power runes are just too important in this matchup. And B-God at least snagged away the invis, but it does still cost them at that on MTD. And again, Ravens coming out of the laning phase a lot smoother. All their lanes lining up pretty well. RRL now is starting to get a lot more from his lane in comparison with that kill. Scourge McDuck still free farming as the Sven up top, but he's not really able to stop Italiano either. He's got the Vanguard up on that Beastmaster. He's just spamming out his spells. You get aggressive onto Ade again.
They do. Ade not having the best of times, but is able to walk away with the added movement speed of those spider webs. I do appreciate how well Ravens have done during this lane. Like, both the bottom and top lane have been just fantastic. And as you saw in the mid lane, RRL has found himself ahead again. I say ahead, MTD is still the same level and higher in CS really on the co-op. I suppose the Void Spirit, they're finding that one kill does kind of give him a slight advantage. He didn't really pick up the kill, to be fair, but a bit of split gold never hurts. See if the side of the cut are going to have a big recovery after this laning stage. Because again, they're not really that far behind by any stretch. Even Scourge McDuck at the top lane, still top of the CS board here on the Sven, so kind of hard to say they're behind. Double damage now picked up by B-God. Kara avoiding the Sonic Wave with a great blast off and actually not getting killed by the neutrals either. He was one hit away. Any of the neutrals could have hit him and he would have died. But just not quite enough, and B-God was still having a search but just can't find him. Can't get the vision.
On a bit of a knife's edge there for good old Kara, but it does work out. They bait out the Sonic Wave as well. MTD not going to have that burst play for, say, a movement down mid. Provides a lot more leeway for RL to play his game. He gets a bottle top up now from Kara. And overall, again, you're finding everything you could possibly ask for for Ravens in the laning phase. You're setting up for just free farm coming out for Argus uncontested on the Naga. The Sven, sure, it is an illusion clearing hero, but it can be kited around by something like the Naga here. So I'm not sure if it's really worthwhile to say that the Sven is also free farming, as I think it's harder for the Sven to play his game if the Naga plays her control right.
Kara? Pretty aggressive movement. Ade is actually the one to back off, where it looked like he probably could have just gone right after the techies. Side's better of it. Wake Me Up now showing up on the Clinks down to the bot lane. 3 heroes ready to try and jump the spider. Bigod gets a very nice ward down though, so he'll see both supports rotating towards the Broodmother. Ade is very well aware that they've got 3 heroes down here. Kara's going to see Bigod, but Bigod will avoid the sticky bomb that was thrown out. Now Empyrean rotates here onto Kara, so Kara's being completely focused on the techies, still having a run, will at least get a sticky bomb before he does die. But does go down, so the cut, that very nice ward placement, are able to punish us now. Wake Me Up. Looked like he wanted to try and set up for a bit of a D ward, but does get caught out. So a secondary support going down, and a 1 ward placement, and just already finding so much out of it.
And some big rotations coming out from the side of Cut with that vision. Not the biggest kill. It's certainly some momentum to help their cause here. And as MTD did need a little bit of a catch-up. Does lose his courier with his neutral, along with his full power tread. So, nice take from RRL.
But they might find a Void Spirit. Never mind. Static Storm not up yet from Empyrean. They don't really have the greatest of options to lock the man down, as the Ancient Seal was already committed earlier. So RL still getting away quite a bit here on the Void Spirit. Kind of important for Empyrean to find that level 6 timing. Just considering the draft they are against, that Static Storm going to have so much impact this game, I'm sure. It's kind of the name of the game. Like you fall behind just a little bit in terms of the XP department, and suddenly you just have so much trouble hitting that level 6. We are going to see a smoke again from Ravens. RL and Kara looking to head down bottom. It is pretty much just Ade on his own here. I don't know if they'll exactly have enough damage with just the 2 of them to kill off the Broodmother. They will see Ade, but instead, Kara will reveal himself through the smoke, going for the D ward. And with that, the rest of the cut do automatically show at the bottom lane, ready to defend if necessary, but it seems like everyone's going to be just fine. So the smoke doesn't really work out the way they would have intended.
And they did plant the Ob Sentry in that smoke, so it did give that information to the cut even before breaking it with Kara there. Installing for time quite nicely. We've managed to overtake now in Scourge McDuck with that full Mask of Madness up. The Sven is up there in farm. He had some ancient stacks to clear out. You've given a lot of space out for Italiano though. He also had some ancient stacks to clear out, and he is working towards a very early pipe. So just going for the Aura Beastmaster. No Ags Rush, nothing too silly here on Italiano. Just wants to provide a foundation for his team to build up on. The cut, they're smoked up with MTD and B-God. Getting good flank here in Italiano. That's a much bigger kill.
Certainly is. Italiano Gangster's been pretty free this whole game, but they will finally catch him. With the Mystic Flare out, that's not going to be too hard of a kill here for the cut. Scourge McDuck able to take it on the Sven, so even happier days for him. The Scourge is really starting to pull ahead of net worth. 1k ahead of the Naga so far. So a very important pickup here for the cut, trying to slow him down, but now Scourge getting caught top lane. A lot of mind placement here onto Scourge. He is still running, but the chase is on. RRL, he has no more step charges though. He's going to rely on this Aether Remnant to try and land, but it's off the mark. Scourge walks away with 100 HP. Skara, Sonic Wave, barely on the edge connecting. And now RRL also getting caught by the cut. Empyrean there with the Static Storm to lock him down. Glimpse out as well. It's not enough. He is still fine to get out. Close call, but not quite close enough. And meanwhile, Scourge, he's being stalked right now, John. Pops the Mask of Madness. I don't think Wake Me Up has enough damage on his own, though. Even with the Medallion of Courage, it's still against the Sven. Has too much armor. but he's going to keep the vision up.
Things are coming out as well. No one can really follow up here. Not the easiest time. Maybe I'm just going to be soaking some EXP here. A nice start already now, and the cut are starting to hit their spikes. You know, Ade can stake this solo lane down bot. Start to push out with the spiderlings.
RRL was coming in, John, but it seems like the Sven kind of got the point. He saw the rotation from the Void Spirit underneath that Observer Ward and decides to get out of there ASAP. Problem is, now they're just losing their tier 1 mid tower. It's not defended at all. RRL is just ready to take some support lives. Did get silenced by the Ancient Seal, but is still fine to turn back in onto MTD, who gets hit by the blast off. But it seems like Kara has gone too far. 4 heroes here from the cut going to ensure they get something for this, but they still lose the tier 1 mid tower. No real contest in that department.
A nice tower to take for the side of Ravens. They lose their bot tier 1 in the process, but looks like Ravens will find top. So 2 for 1, and the objective is certainly starting to feel a lot better now. For the Radiant side, the cut for their part, they've done a great job of just having some space for Scourge McDuck. Now we're Sven, full Echo Saber up with a Massive Madness. The Blink ready to be bought out, and Scourge will just buy it out now. So you've got some early aggression that can come out from the cut. Manta style up and running for Argus can help the cause. You're not as scared of the silences now. You have to respect this Broodmother.
Last off Kara. Not going to make it. The glimpse back was there from Empyrean. Guardian might try to start getting a little bit more aggressive onto these tier 1s. Get the mid lane. There's a big group up here from the cut. RL's currently being watched on that low ground. Not the easiest target to jump in on, but they are trying to bait here with MTD. Roar is out. They've got the Quap, but a great Static Storm going to at least find the trade onto the Void Spirit. An Italian gangster, very, very low. The song kept him alive for just a bit, but not for long enough. The TP away from Argus makes it so he doesn't have enough time to get out. The cut, they find the better end of the trade. Now looking on towards the mid-tier 1 tower.
They've got that push lined up. Scourge McDuck again showing that blink off in a very big way here for the side of the cut. And their team fight's just a lot tighter. And all you really have here from the side of Ravens is single target control with your net, with your roar. When it comes down to these wider spread fights, just Static Storm makes a massive difference. Empyrean again with his positioning not under the firing line. Someone's got to reach into the back line. You've got to use that hawk vision. You've got to get the jump from RRL. Try to kill off these squishier supports. And then these team fights start to open up for you a little bit more.
We're going to find Empyrean. Ade is there. Will show himself. A nice Sonic Wave from MTD. Not going to save Ade though. 2 for 1 so far. That's going to be about it as well. MTD just blinking away. Not seeing any reason to stick around. Ravens. Yeah, a nice little engagement for themselves now. The main issue is though, like Scourge McDuck is just complete free farm on the Sven. He's still going to be a huge problem here for Ravens as the game goes on, because it just seems like he's just uncontested, and well, the Naga just hasn't been able to keep up. Like, sure, you're still 1.5k behind. It's not the biggest lead here for the Sven, but this is a Naga that you want to be ahead.
Yeah, you kind of feel the need to be ahead here for Argus, and he's just not able to do that. There's been a lot of pressure on his lane. Doesn't have the best of spots to sit back and farm in. They're trying to share this gold on Ravens with that Beastmaster for Italiano. And the investment is sort of paying off though. Crimson Guard not too far off now for the Beastmaster. That should be one way to prevent the rundown from Ade in particular. The Spiderlings are not going to do any damage as long as that the Crimson Guard active is up. Good scan mid.
Absolutely. They have found Wake Me Up already. The Clinks is down. RRL at least got Empyrean as a trade, so it's not the worst scenario. The MTD is still trying to jump in, but this may cost him. He blinked right into them, but it seems like Ade is going to zone out the support, so Kara is down. RRL's been caught out. He's also gone. Suddenly it's a 3 for 1 in the favor of the cut. I thought it was a bit of a crazy jump in from MTD, but he ends up just trusting his team. And it all ends up working out.
And you've got the full harpoon up on Ade. You've got a nice pull off at the end. You got the really good set of control coming out from Scourge McDuck as well with a good stun. And everything just lines up. Ravens, they're bleeding out quite a fair bit now. 7-12, 4K lead coming out for the cut. You are still needing a lot more room out for Argus here. You do have the full auras running on Italiano. Probably just lacking something like, say, the Guardian Greaves here on the Beastmaster. We'll just queue that up next. But the tempo is starting to go the way of the cut. I think you've got that early aggression Scourge McDuck's willing to bring out. He's got the full BKB up. With the blink, the Sven can just gap close for you very nicely, play along with that Quap. MTD almost at the full ags as well. Only about 730 gold, 770 gold away from that. And with that ags up, I mean, these Shadow Strike spams out onto the illusions of even Argus. It will stack the damage, it will stack the hurt, and that's going to be a concern for Ravens if they don't manage to play into that well. You've got a lot of output on the cut and a lot of team fight. Again, the ideal here for Ravens is just jumping the backline first, taking care of the Pyrian if at all possible, but taking care of that Disruptor does mean you're leaving Quap alone, you're leaving all the cores alone, and they're pretty damn big right now.
They certainly are. The card, excuse me, nothing to sneeze at here with this draft. They're feeling so strong, in fact, they're going to look towards that Roshan pit. And why the hell not? Roshan's completely free for them at the moment. They just no reason not to take it. But they will. Roshan to go their way. Ravens either have no idea it's happening or just have no faith that they can take the fight, and I think it might be the latter. Just a pretty rough team fight if they did try to force it. MTD will take the Aegis himself on the Quap. He's about 70 gold away from his Ags to boot, so the Ag's going to be up just in any moment. That Ag's obviously quite frustrating for the Naga Siren, because your illusions just get wiped out very quickly from this Shadow Strike Ags. So here we go. The cut, looking towards that bottom tier 2 tower. MTD frontlining again. Orchid is up on Argus, so the silence is going to be there. Blast off to follow up, and a nice static Storm Empyrean locking down 4 of them. Problem is they've already lost the Quap Aegis, and they're going to try for the secondary life. MTD, though, running, at least for now, is going to be fine. But the cut moving back in with the vision they have. They will pick up Kara. That is one down. Ade, he'll find another target, but no. A nice mirror image dodge from Argus. Going to ensure the glimpse pack does not happen. But they need to get out. They've all been slowed up. Harpoon usage from Ade. Going to drag Italian against the back, but the song is there. Argus going to hold them down. But they're not done yet. Another glimpse in. RRL, he will get disruption off. Meanwhile, they found the Beastmaster. Sonic Wave going to get it done. RRL in huge trouble. And he's just gone. They just can't hold anyone. Even with the Song of the Naga Siren, the glimpse is proving to be too effective. It's MTD still moving in. Just no fear of this Orchid. He just could not care less.
Yeah. The Cut have a great understanding of their power spike right now, and a great understanding of the weaknesses of Raven's draft. There's not much hold here for Ravens. You've got Blast Off, you've got the Remnant, you've got Roar, and the Net. When it comes down to these wider team fights, the Cut have so much more. They have a lot of AoE coming out for this Sven and Quap. They've got just even Kinetic Field can feel massive here with a Static Storm, of course. And for the side of Ravens, they need to find so much more off of that. Like, yes, you find the Aegis, that's all well and good, but you don't have enough durability on Argus to really stand up and fight just yet. Needs the full heart on that Naga to start feeling comfy up front. RRL trying to go for his own Manta to at least have a way of dispelling off the silences coming through. And the Skywrath Mage will offer BKB after as well. And all of that still a ways off for Void Spirit. 7-15, 7k lead coming out here for the Cut. And the Cut again playing fantastic. I think for the side of Ravens, my biggest issue right now with this draft is Wake Me Up. Like he had a fantastic time earlier on. He's doing a good job of just split pushing onto the objectives right now, but you're not really able to see that roaming clinks that threatens the backline. So that's the one thing you can do against the cut. You can always kill off the Skywrath Mage, you can always kill off the Disruptor. We've got to see that come out here from Wake Me Up. I mean, he's going for his own Orchid, which should simplify that process, but as long as these supports are alive on the cut, you're never going to be able to start these fights on your own terms here on Ravens.
There's so much pressure on Ravens here as well, John, because it's going to hurt them knowing that they're one game away from having the qualification to Div 1 secured in their place. You want this win so badly, but the cut are just playing this game so damn well. Tier 2 mid tower, going to be under siege. Ravens just need so much more time.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They won't have enough to at least protect the tier 2 mid. As RRL bottom lane going to be chased down, but does juke out everything. MTD still finding the vision on RRL, but they have no other form of lockdown apart from that Stormhammer that was already thrown out.
Is under attack.
Nice bit of space being created here by the Void Spirit, but you kind of just always feel the fear from Ravens. Just trying to find any space in the map to farm right now is the side of Ravens, but it's pretty tough. Like in terms of space, it doesn't feel like they have too much.
No, certainly doesn't feel that way. All of the core is kind of sharing farm, even waking up, stealing away a lot of jungle. To be fair, it's very forward jungle positions. So the Clinks is really just stealing away from the cut here. And for Ravens, again, this is what their draft has as a shortcoming. They need time to build up. You've got Naga, you've got Beastmaster, even the Void Spirit needs some time as well. And the cut don't need that much time. Full Daedalus up and running for Scourge McDuck. So he could get lucky, get a couple of fat crits, and just find an entire team wipe by himself if you're a little bit sloppy here on Ravens.
Lane jump is there. They got the stun off onto Italiano. The harpoon usage right back to the Beastmaster ensures they get the kill. And suddenly the cut looking to go high ground, knowing the Beastmaster is down for 45. No buyback available on him either. So he would not be available if they do go high ground and force a fight right now. But it seems like they are going to play it a little bit safer here, the cut. So you're not aware that the buyback is not available.
Top tower is under attack.
They
So
didn't
at
have a
least-
creep wave anywhere. I mean, good
True.
cuts coming out there from Argus, I believe, and from RRL, just jumping around at the back before retreating. The cut, they're still in a strong position even with that stall out here from the side of Ravens. Like, you do have the full heart up for Argus. He is going for the butterfly next. We were seeing Italiano gun for his Zags instead of the full Guardian Greaves. Should still be able to find that. But map control is slipping away. The cut just pushed up top tier 1, gunning for the tier 2. Last outer tower left for the side of Ravens, and you're going to lose Tormentor control here as well. Shard going the way of B-God. This is actually a really fun thing that you'll always have a way of getting some armor in these fights, so you're not an instant burst hero anymore.
Ade, he finally pops the BKB, jump in, big astral steps coming out here from RRL, a lot of damage. The Sonic Wave doing absolutely nothing,
What?
but they'll still lose Wake Me Up. Now MTD's caught out. Oh, they've got the Quap. They have got the Queen of Pain down. Ravens, they really want more. Song has been used. They catch the Brood. They've caught 3 of them. They've got the Sven though. That's the big one. They'll lock him down. The Sven is gone. B-God trying to get out as well. We'll be able to make it. But who cares about that? You've got the mid Quap. You've got the Pos 1 Sven. Huge deal here for Ravens.
I'm a little bit surprised by how that fight broke out for the cut. MTD stuck in the middle, tries the Sonic Wave pushback, hits no one, and the cleanup's there. Like, you still have to respect the Naga. You didn't quite have the best of time left on your God Strength, the Scourge, so you didn't manage to get the damage out. They find more.
Mid lane. Yeah, Ade goes down. Ade just trying to split push the mid lane while he could, but he's dead. Not good news. At least if you're the cut then.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
This is concerning. Full Ags up for Italiano.
Oh,
So he's going to be healing a lot off
Make
of
it
those
another one.
Spiderlings. They find that snipe. from Wake Me Up, which is what you
Uh-oh.
expect. You know, we were
Oh,
waiting
it's
for
getting
Quince to
worse,
start to
Sean.
find that.
It's getting worse. MTD's forced the BKB. He's okay. Italian a gangster. He held on to the Raw knowing the BKB was probably coming. They wouldn't have had the damage anyway through the BKB usage, so they'll hold out.
Dire's bottom
But suddenly this game, it seems like it's turning the other way.
Dire's middle tower
Win probability currently sitting at 59% now the way of Ravens. So going right back up through the middle line, and I don't know. I mean, I still think it's a very close matchup between these two teams, but I mean, even you look at the itemization, like you've got the Drums of Sloma. That can always be scary here from Ravens.
is under attack.
The Void Spirit's suddenly not looking as underfarmed as he once was. Your Naga's top of the net worth board. Well, things are suddenly a lot scarier here for the cut.
Yeah. You've just built up really well. Finding that opportunity up top, snowballing off the back of it. Side of the cut. I mean, you've still got these plays you can get done with Scourge McDuck. He is going for the MKB to counteract that butterfly coming out on the Naga.
Are scanning.
So you should be able to find that later on, but you will have a window here where the Naga just feels really strong. With a butterfly heart up, with that evasion, with all the EHP. And the cut will try for a smoke out. See if they find anything impactful here.
Let's see. The cut. I mean, if they head right down south, they're going to find 4 heroes from Ravens. It's probably exactly what they want. RL is not by his team right now. He's still probably about 10 seconds away. Argus will have his smoke broken by MTD. TD not seeing any heroes, does not want to jump in blind right now. That Observer Ward will do them a few favors, but the high ground of the Twin Gates is still going to be held by Argus. Does have the song available if he does need a retreat. Keep in mind as well, he's got the Butterfly and Heart, so he's a very tanky Naga Siren all of a sudden. The cut, they are hesitating just a little bit. Ravens, they are going to start Roshan. Cut looking to try and move in. They'll have the Spiderlings to give the vision over. MTD will make a jump in, but doesn't go too far. Scourge, Raw, they want to go after the Sven. They want the big one. They haven't got enough yet. Scourge will get the BKB off, but it's not going to be enough. Scourge is gone. They do get Italian a gangster as a trade, but that's not what you wanted. Wake Me Up going down to boot, but they've lost
Oh
MTD and they've
my
lost
God.
B-God. Well, they even found the Broodmother right in the tree line, trapped up by the song. A billion things to catch her. It's a full team wipe. Ravens have done it. They're on to the Rosha.
And just a bit too far forward on Scourge again. Gets caught out, gets roared up. The impact coming out from these teamfight controls from the side of the cut, we're not feeling it anymore. Like the Static Storm isn't doing enough to put Ravens at bay. You have so much coming out here from Argus. You have so much mobility from RL. That if you can't manage to land that Static Storm onto RL, then there's no way you're stopping this Void Spirit. Even then, that Static Storm's not going to be effective for long as the BKB is almost being finished here by Argus. Aegis goes the way of the side of Ravens. Secondary life up and running on Argus. You've got the cheese for RL. Rushing into the Ags now instead of that BKB. So it just wants a lot more control coming out for his team. For the side of the cut, we've got to see them jump in together. It's got to be a full commitment on. It's got to be a massive Static Storm coming out from Empyrean. None of that's easy to accomplish, though. It's all pretty damn hard to actually execute on top of that. Like the side of Ravens. There's an issue going on as well where, you know, Wake Me Up was playing pretty greedy, but it is a Clinks. Eventually, it will find farm, and, well, D-God's always an easy target.
Certainly is. B-God just going to melt the damage output. He's just down. Wake Me Up does trade his life away for that, but I think he's just fine with that happening. Is now the Naga Siren, held down by the Static Storm, is going to be surrounded by 4 heroes, but the blast-off coming in from Kara is going to make it hard for them to burst anyone down. Scourge is gone. Scourge is down without buyback. He's gone for 75. Ravens, they might know about this, Sean. They're going to test the waters and head into the base. And look at that Aether Remnant. It was right on target by RRL. But they're moving into the back. They want the supports to boot. They've got B-God. They've got Ade. And they've got a tier 3 tower. They might even have a mid-rax here, John, as MTD also getting caught. We'll get a BKB in time. But I don't see how you protect this mid-rax. Hell, they might even find 2 or 3 of them. They've got time.
Yeah. There's nothing to stop them. Outside of Ravens, again, you jump in as the Sven, but where's your follow-up? Where's the Static Swarm? It's not doing enough anymore. You get roared up for your own BKB. Scourge McDuck is just a sitting duck. Legitimately just a sitting duck in the middle of all of that. As they start to take more. Bots, tier 3 being melted down here. They are looking for a little bit of a kill if they can get the catch, don't manage to land. You're 15k in the lead for Ravens. 20-20. The cut on this graph is a roller coaster. Except it's climbing up more and more for the side of Ravens, just constantly on the up and up. That first drop was something, but the rally into the second lift hill, Mike, it's a scary one.
Absolutely. Ravens looking to put an end to this game, going right for the Megas. The cut suddenly in a position where they're just forced to fight, forced to try and defend. Otherwise, the Megas just going to end the game for them. As Scourge McDuck, he's going to jump in right after the Beastmaster, but he's fine. For so far, Italian and Gangster, they're finally going down. They'll pop the song. They want to keep the fight going. It looks like though, no, RRL, he wants a way out of this. He'll hide into the tree line. Argus, he's going to keep going. B-God is down. Scourge still trying, but the disarms are there. Kara's going to make it out. Meanwhile, RRL, who eat the cheese? He'll make it out as well. They're on the Sven and he's down. It might be time to call it. Ade will drop. Buybacks are available on a couple. There's 1. There's 2. But they're into Megas very, very soon. Ravens so close to securing their Div 1 slot. Ade is gone. Dieback again. MTD is still trying to defend, but he gets caught by the Remnant. He's down.
Oh
GG is called. Ravens have done it. They are your second team to make it to NA Div 1 next year. And boy, oh boy, who would have predicted that, Jonathan? Ravens, what a team. They've made it.